belly slap backboard, and now is throwing down windmill dunks. It's unbelievable.
What's up, ATG fam? Ready to go on a 4-step journey with me? Well, we're gonna start from that 4th highest level. We're starting from the top. Notice I have a 6-inch box plus a slant board and 100% of my weight on my back. And I'm gonna control that down only to my heel and explode up. I'll just demo a couple on each side. This is your 4th level, trained in genetic potential, which I've coached many athletes to in person and online. That'll be available in 18 weeks because I live each program online to make sure I can get the teaching down just right, watching the form videos until I've got it to where the way I'm teaching it, it's being done just as I would in person. Why wouldn't we just do that? Why is that level 4? Well, let's look at level 3. Level 3, there's no slant, and we're gonna have to handle that weight through our foot ourselves. The Peterson step up. The Peterson step up comes from Carl Peterson, Canadian physiotherapist who helped the Canadian downhill ski team go from everyone on the team nearly having knee surgeries, no medals, to then by the next Olympic cycle, no one was having knee surgery and they were cleaning up goals. Look at the heel lift, push. So we don't want to build from the knee up. And when we add the slant, it becomes the most effective reverse step up for the knee, but it doesn't work through the foot and the ankle. So we always want to build from the ankle up, not from the knee up. So doing 12 weeks building toward 100% body weight in the Peterson step up on the standards program is now gonna get you prepped for even more gains by working 12 weeks on genetic potential with the slant board. Now that was level 4, level 3. So what's level 2? Level 2, I'll leave this here. Level 2 is a mixture of 2 different exercises. Level 2 is mastering those qualities separately with a flat box. So this should feel like totally stable and pain-free, and with a slant board right off the ground. So basically, when 100% of your weight, so this is more for the knee right here. See that? More for the knee. And then this is for the ankle. The better ankle range you have, the less chance of knee pain and knee surgery. So that's done in dense strength. In dense strength, we're driving up these. So now we're ready for even more athleticism gains by lifting that heel ourselves and pushing through the foot. In terms of the names of these, you had Carl Peterson, right? Well, Charles Poliquin, a French-Canadian strength coach who was my original knees over toes mentor, he came up with this version as an undercut under the Peterson step up because he found that some athletes, when athletes have really bad knee problems, they can't even handle this position and get the muscle to work. So the Peterson step up is beautiful, but the better you get at the Poliquin step up underneath it, the more you'll get out of the Peterson step up. So then what is the flat version? The flat version is the Patrick step up. This is the one that I personally popularized because I found that in real life, this is great for your knees. And I'm gonna cover this more as this video goes. Great for the knees, but it's not working your ankle range. So in actual sports and life, which is what I do, that's what makes me a little bit unique, is that I'm not just a coach, but I'm living this stuff. If your ankle is tight, you're gonna be causing more knee problems in the first place. And I found that no matter how good I got at these, I still had nasty shin splints because this was jacking up my knee power, but it was not working the muscles. When you start getting into this stuff, and now even underlying that is tibialis raises, and we do strengthening. So now we're going down to the first level, which is knee ability 0 exercises. In 0, we just want to be able to handle our own ankle range. If it hurts you, to handle your own ankle range, then your knees are at serious risk. So just by working this, so look, you can work this at a level until your heel's not touching the floor and you're handling it yourself. So just handling your own ankle range is already going to do wonders for your ankle mobility and shins and for bulletproofing your Achilles. So this will not prevent Achilles tears, but it is proven for your patellar tendon. So flat box for Achilles tendon, and for stability, slant board for patellar tendon and getting rid of pain. And underlying all that, I like 12 weeks of no weight, no implements, and just handling your own range. And we do that also by working on the full bend, which the full bend has wonderful evidence proving that we can cause internal knee adaptation for not only the tendons, but also the ligaments, cartilage, meniscus. So 12 weeks body weight, handling our own ankle range at top and at bottom while really dedicating ourselves to strengthening all these underlying ankle muscles. You see that? So we're building from the ground up with 0. Then in dense strength, we're gradually loading. You don't even get to increase the weight until you can do 10 sets with body weight, then 10 sets with 5% and so on. Then in standards, which is a standards to world-class progression. So let's look at this, okay? The standard, this is the standard, is Patrick step up. This is the standard, okay? For most people, that's enough. But what if you are trying to win a gold medal in downhill skiing, going 80-mile-an-hour turns on your knees, where 9 out of 10 people are having knee surgeries? So this is the standard, and then this is world-class, rebuilding till you can dominate 100% of your weight in the Peterson step up. But then I wanted more. I had already gotten to where I could dunk and stuff, but even now, I want more right now. I want a 50-inch. I haven't stopped, so why would I stop now? And I'm built on such a foundation that now I can take the height and the slant and load with 100% of my body weight. And many ATG members are ready for it. So if you look at these angles and you look at the science, huge thanks to all the exercise scientists and researchers who have analyzed and proven the slant board and the ability to step down to work wonders for your knees. So this is just one example of over 20 movements I use to systematically build a bulletproof body and find out what you're genetically capable of. And before I let you go, if your patellar tendon pain is just so bad that you don't even care if you build a little bit out of sequence at first, the rule is no weight. This helps keep it safe, but basically, you can start doing 3 sets of 15, controlling down, use a little momentum to get up, so we're just trying to work that eccentric. You can do 3 sets of 15 twice a day on your Poliquin step up. When it's easy, with body weight, or sorry, always body weight. When it's easy flat ground, boom. 2-inch. Four-inch. And then 6-inch. So you can do this twice a day, 3 sets of 15. But you see this, no matter how strong you get here, it doesn't replace properly building up. It doesn't replace the full knee bend. It doesn't replace hamstrings, tibialis, hip flexors, all these different things. So, almost done. Because even underlying this slant board, notice this. Again, notice how my foot is flat. Underlying this, so I've done over 10,000 of these as warm-ups, but I've also done over 100 miles of reverse out knee pain. notice now how my toes are working. So I even had chronic foot pains that went, so my chronic foot pains were not disrelated to chronic shin splints in here, which was not then disrelated to 10 years of chronic knee pain, 3 surgeries, more diagnosed torn ligaments here. These things were related. And I'm gonna bring this is just one of many examples, and I have endless free articles on why it's a great idea to do 100 miles of reverse out knee pain. 100 miles of backwards, okay? 100 miles of backwards can change the rest of your life. So, but notice that when you go backwards on your own, so from the very first step, your knee is over your toe. So this is why it's proven that backward walking alone for old people can predict their chances of falling and can predict their ability to live longer. Better you can walk backwards as an old person, statistically the longer you will live. And even in kids, they did a study on 13 to 15-year-old kids and found that backward running compared with forward running, they had 2 groups, right? The backward running group got 4 times more vertical jump gain. So the group strengthening here then got 4 times more vertical jump gain. So now I've been more obsessed than anyone who's ever lived on the concept of being strong backwards, and I'm the only known case of someone who's reached their 20s with a sub 20-inch vertical. Or let's just look in terms of things that we can just look at, because measurements can lie, right? So things we can look at. Okay, I reached my 20s having never grabbed the rim in my life. Played basketball my whole life. Of course I always wanted to do that. Never could. Now I'm going in my 30s, dunking every which way, right? We don't know any other case. We know many good vertical jump cases, but we don't know someone who's quite done that. And the studies just prove this stuff. So now you've got 4 levels. It starts from the ground up, okay? It starts from the ground up with all the ankle. Then we can start gradually loading it. We want to be even strength between our Patrick step up for Achilles and knee stability, and our Paula can step up for that elite patellar. And then we want to get into level 3. Once we can handle 100% weight with the standard on each of these, then we want to get towards world class, if that is the goal. Like if you're a rock climber, you don't have to be 100% of body weight on a Peterson step up. But if you want to find out what you're genetically capable of to jump high, absolutely. And then, now we've earned our way with the foot strength. Boom. Now we can do, for now I'm just calling this the ultimate reverse step up to keep it similar. So we got Patrick step up, undercuts, Paul step up, undercuts, Peterson step up. Then can find out what we're genetically capable of. So hope you enjoyed this, and hope it inspires you that with step-by-step progression, never working through pain, we can follow evidence-based clues. Huge thanks to every researcher who ever found this evidence for us. And honestly, we can create a different life for ourselves. And if we also want to find out we can do what we love without pain, we could also find out what we're genetically capable of.